Hi YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel, or a big hello if you're here for the first time. I hope you enjoy this video. My name's Lee and I do mixed media and junk journals, anything to do with paint, paper and glue. That's what I like. So this year I thought I'd do the 100-day project, and then I thought, no, I'm not going to do it, then I am going to do it, then I'm not going to do it. And anyway, I've decided I need to do it because I've got myself into a real funk at the moment. I just cannot motivate myself to do anything. I think it's because I did back-to-back challenges with Defemerember and Junk Journal January, and I just haven't recovered from doing that. So I thought, yep, I'm going to make myself do this. So what I'm going to do is, with this challenge, is I'm going to do simple collages. I'm going to set a 10-minute limit. I'm only allowed to use the things that are on my desk or within my reach. No paint, no spatters, anything like that. I'm allowing myself to use a pen or a pencil and a stamp, and that's about it. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Some of these are really simple. It only took a couple of minutes to do a few of them, but yeah. So this one was my first one, and I forgot to turn the camera on, so we were off to a flying stop. But anyway, I've got a couple of pieces down in the background, and I'm going to use this man that I had cut out of it was a book about Ned Kelly, so which is an Australian bushranger. Yeah, so all these things that I'm using are just leftovers from other projects. So that's, some of them are already cut out, so I can just glue them down. Others I need to cut or tear. Mostly I'm using glue stick. I've got my phone over there on the right hand side so you can see the time. I end up moving it because I keep bumping it all the time, so I put it out of sight. But anyway, I'm just going to go through these, and after this one I think I'll just speed you through a little bit. Number 2, very simple, just putting what I like to call a totem of book page. I've got an image that is of it's a sketch, I think, from a book with old-fashioned sailing ships. There it is, and that's going to be my focal point, and those words, nautical waves, I'm just going to get them in there somewhere. So I'm not thinking about things too much, not stuffing around, swapping things from here to there and everywhere trying to find a perfect design. I've got in mind that I have a 10-minute time limit, and whatever it turns out, it is what it is. And I've found, after doing all of these, because I ended up doing 14, the whole 14 I've done in the one day. So I got plenty of practice. So yeah, it started to get easier and easier to think of how to make something out of what I had on my desk. As you'll see as it goes along, I think they develop into something a little bit more complex in some instances. But there's a couple of really simple ones. There's one, I think, where I only used 2 pieces of paper. But yeah, I'm really finding it very cathartic. And when I looked down and I saw how many I'd done, and in the time that I'd done it, and that I still had, you know, more than half of my day ahead of me, and I thought, wow, you know, where am I wasting my time the rest of the day? You know, all these other days that I've just sat procrastinating and worrying about things that might even never happen. So yeah, I recommend doing something like this to yeah, it's so good for your mental health. Frees your brain up when you get to my age, because 70's not that far off on the horizon, and I think keeping my brain busy and getting my thoughts out of my head and into my hands and on the paper onto a page is very beneficial. So this one is one that I'm not 100% happy with, the finished product, the finished collage. I did like it when I was making it, but I don't like the focal point that I put on there. But you know, you learn. And I mean, it's not like I've never done collage before. I've done oodles of collages, but for a reason, this one sort of deviated away from the way I was feeling about it when I first started. And yeah, well, you'll see what I'm talking about. So if you're here for the first time and you're enjoying my video, or you've enjoyed some of my other ones and you're not subscribed, can you just hit the subscribe button? My statistics tell me, my analytics, that only about half of the people who watch my videos on a regular basis are actually subscribed to my channel. So that would be lovely if you could hit the subscribe button. You can also share the video and make clips out of it. So that's something that you can do. And don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know which one of these you like the best. I think it's about at this point where it starts to go off for me. I'm still liking it now. I'm still liking it when I do this. But it's what I do to it next, I think, that ruins it for me. This is not big enough, this little piece. Chose it because it's a bird and it sort of looks a little bit like an emu. It's not, but that's why I chose it, because this one had an indigenous feel to me, and I was using book page from a book about Kakadu and Arnhem Land, and yeah, so that's where I lost it, I think. And then I thought, yeah, I'll try and fix it up with a bit of doodling, and I don't think I improved the situation. Anyway, you might like it. Just let me know what you think. Anyway, that's the way it ended up, and I still had 2 minutes and 18 seconds to go. So this one looks like I've forgotten to film the beginning of, or film it at all. Yep, didn't film it. Okay, so there we go, but I like this one. That was number 4. I really like the colour combination of this one, and as you can see, it's just all bits and pieces stuck together or stuck around this bit of a gel print. And that's the same book that I used on the other page, the one that I didn't like. So it's got really nice colours in it. It's got a lot of Aboriginal artwork in it, so yeah, really like that. number 6, and this is the one that's only got 2 pieces of paper. So this one, so this was this piece of watercolor paper that I had excuse me, that I had put some paint onto, and I folded it in half, and when I pulled it apart, to me that looks like trees reflected in water. So that's what I'm going to make it into on this. And I could have gone in with a white pen and made the tree bits stand out more, but I think I like it without that, because you've got heaps of that white paint. It's actually the blue that's in the background, it's mixed with the darker blue. To me that looks like foliage and trunks and branches, and then up the top you've got the solid blue, the dark blue paint. So I would have lost that look if I had done that, but I thought I'll just put in a, you know, this is the riverbank, so this is where one bit of it starts, the reality stops, and the reflection begins. Very simple, very effective, and I love this one. This is one of my favorites. Let me know what you think about this one. And you don't have to use masses of pieces of paper, you know, like that took 3 minutes obviously because it's only got 2 pieces, but yeah, it doesn't have to be, you know, it doesn't have to be 5, 6, 7 pieces. So this one I really like the way it turned out too. So I've got this image of a hand that I took out of a magazine, and then I turned it over to glue it, and I saw another hand on the other side. So I thought, well, I'm gonna use one of these hands. This glue that I'm using now is Tombow Mono Aqua Glue. I did use it on that little gold piece at the bottom because it's been embossed, and I didn't think that the glue stick would hold it long enough, given that it's not a flat piece. This one was a really simple one as well, just a piece of tea-dyed paper, or might be coffee-dyed paper, it looks a bit dark for tea, and Mr. Fox on top of it. I think that's all I did. Oh no, added a bit more of the gold paper. Forgot to use the good glue though, so hopefully that doesn't fall off a bit later on. Done. Yeah, took less than 2 minutes. Alrighty, here we go with this one. I don't know what number it is, can't see. Next number from what the last one was. Yeah, I had the sun on the desk, so I got up and I put the blind down, but I didn't stop the timer. So I actually did myself out of about half a minute of time on this one and just scraped into the 10 minutes. But this is one of my favourites, and I'm calling this Skull Flower. One time when I was doing collage, someone commented, aren't I allowed to use scissors? Yes, I'm allowed to use scissors, but I prefer to tear my pieces. One thing is they stick down better when they're torn, because you've got like a beveled edge on them, and the glue seems to hold them better. And I just like the look and the irregular shape. You've got no control over it, so yeah, it's it is what it is when it's torn. If it's really bad, don't use it. Simple as that. Do another piece. But yeah, so this one, I wasn't going to put so many petals onto this, but I just kept adding them, and I was only going to use these 2 pieces of paper, but I ended up using some more of that book from with the Aboriginal artwork in it. So I really like the way this one turned out. So we're up to number 10, and I thought about using that piece on the left there, but I didn't. And I'm going with this page out of the Ned Kelly book, or it's part of the other bit that I used before. Then I thought about the ballerina. I was going to stick a leg up on the horse, and I thought, don't be stupid. Get real. Yeah, so this is like, it was like a newspaper article, so I went with that feeling. Yeah, so I just put on the image of these, I think they called them, well, I don't know, they're police, they work for the police, but it's back from the 1700s, I think, or maybe early 18s, I can't remember when Ned Kelly was caught. He was a famous bushranger, infamous I should say. Anyway, so I've kept it looking a bit like a newspaper article and framed it with this paper, which is like newsprint. It's a scrapbook paper, so I just put a frame around it. This is a fairly simple one, but effective. I really like it. Highlighting the corners with a bit of that paper from the artwork book done. We're on to number 11, and I am going to use this piece of, it's a piece of jewellery that I tore out of a fashion magazine. I've got this little girl, so I'm going to fashion her crown and put some butterfly wings on her. So this was a really simple one. I did hum and ha around a little bit with this one, so this is probably one of the few that I sort of did waste a bit of time on. But I think in the end it was worth getting this one, getting it right, even though, you know, I'm still within the 10-minute time limit, but sometimes things just aren't right and you've got to fix them up. So I will reduce the size of that headpiece significantly in a moment. I thought about using these wings, and then I didn't like them, they were too small, so I had on my desk a it was actually a stencil that I made, and when I cut it on the Cricut machine, it cut it in half. So, you know, I've had these 2 pieces of butterfly sitting on the desk, and it's Yupo paper, so I end up using them and not this butterfly that I'm wasting my time cutting out now. But you're allowed to change your mind about things. So yeah, you can see that wing's way too small. Just adjusting the size of the headpiece. Yeah, no, don't like it. The colour's not right either, so yeah, so grab the bits of butterfly wings. So this is what I'm talking about. Much better. I'm going to add a bit of this book page behind her, just to give her something to stand on, to be against, so she's not floating in midair. little bit of doodling to finish that one off, and just scraped it in to the 10-minute limit. This one starts out as a bit of a mishmash. I just randomly sticking things down, and then I develop it a little bit once I get a sort of a base down. So I'm just trying to stick to similar colours, but adding some contrasting bits in. And I found that piece there. I like the shape of that with the big hole chewed out of it. It looks like a caterpillar's had a feed of it, so I decided that's my starting point. I put that down. Now, normally I would have thrown that piece in the bin, yeah, but I thought I'd use it. And even though these things are all in the background, you'll catch glimpses of them when it's finished. Still be able to see bits and pieces of it. So it's a bit like when it's mixed media and you start off doing your background, and you add your paint, and then you might add stencils and stampings and so on. But yeah, so that's a bit the way this one developed. I really like that piece of paper that I just put on my gluing book there. It's just a runoff piece for where I've been cleaning my brayer off when I've been doing some gel printing. And I just love the combination of colours. Even the back of it's nice. I nearly turned it over the other way when I was gluing it and saw what the back looked like. But I ended up sticking with this side. I'm wasting a little bit of time here, and that's probably due to the fact that I didn't have an idea in my head before I started. There were some of the other ones I'd already found the pieces to put down, and so I had a bit of an idea in my head what I was going to do. But I don't know if you noticed me tapping my hand on the page before I started. It was like, oh, what do I do now? So I'm up to number 12, and I was starting to wane a bit, so my energy had dropped. Anyway, after I'd got this one done, I was alright. I was able to get the last two done fairly quickly, and I really like them too. I'm in love with this black page. I really like that. Just auditioning that piece here and there, and then I decide that I like it horizontally instead of vertically. And that's pretty much that one, apart from a little bit of Semitic writing and some doodles. I just had this thought. I'm wondering whether this book has actually got enough pages in it, because I'm only using every second page. I need 200. I'm going to have to look at it. It might be a 256 page book. Hopefully it is. Otherwise I'm going to have to go back and use the backs of pages. I didn't really want to do that. So yeah, I had a little bit of time left there. So we're on to number 13, and I didn't have an idea what I was going to do with this one either, except that I wanted to use that piece of book spine somewhere on it. And I just started off by putting some vertical pieces down the center of the page, and I will end up using a couple of birds that was in my pile of bits and pieces, and also a little bit of that gel print that I had before. I make into branches, sort of, so to speak, a collage branch, as much as a branch as it can be. And then I glue down the piece of book spine straight down the middle to finish it off. And I really like the way this one turned out. It was quite easily done. It didn't take much time at all to do it, and I think the effect is quite stunning when the piece of book spine goes down the middle, even though it does cover up some of those other pieces. I love the way the threads are hanging off it too. So because of what it is and how bulky it is, I'm using that Tombow glue again, because it'll stick anything to anything. Very good glue, but it is water based. So whereas the glue stick doesn't leave any marks on the other side of the page, this one does. There we go. I didn't even take 5 minutes to do that one. So very happy with that. Can you see what I mean about how they evolved? The collages sort of evolved as I went along to be a little bit more, in some ways I think, sophisticated. I don't want to blow smoke up my own chimney, but I feel like I progressed, even though, as I say, I'm not a beginner at collages. Yeah, so I was really happy with how everything turned out. So number 14, lucky last one for today. I really love the way this turned out. I cut out this fairy. It's one of the flower fairies. Cut her out a bit, and then I put some butterflies around her, and then I used that black paper magazine page and sort of did like a wonky window around her, as if she's looking out and she can see butterflies through the window. I did break the rule of threes on this one too, so the collage police are going to be looking for me. Yeah, I just realised that I had stuck the butterfly that was at the top, not the purple one, the red one. Sort of wasn't in line with her eyes to me enough, so that's why I stuck the extra butterfly down. Okay, so we'll just do a quick recap of each day. So let me know, what was your favourite? Are you doing the 100-day project, and what are you doing if you are doing it? Lots of doings there. Don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up or a little thumbs up. If you don't have time to leave a comment, you can simply leave me a smiley face or a heart or something in the comment section, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel. That would be wonderful. It doesn't cost anything to be subscribed, and the interaction that you make with the channel helps my channel to get spurred along by YouTube's algorithm, so to speak. So yeah, so if you could do that, that would be awesome. So I guess I've got another few coming up, so I need to catch right up. So I need to do another 14, and I think I'm just about on track then. So I hope you enjoyed these ones, and we'll see you for another video soon. And in the meantime, have fun in your crafting room. Happy creating. Hugs and cheers from Australia. Hooroo!